Welcome back to Montana this morning, where it is time for
Egg
and Weather Together. And we have a special guest. In fact, we have special guests that you brought with you today, Russell.
We have multiple special guests on this morning's program. We have Lorissa Harris, who is Miss Rodeo Montana. And a little bit later in the program, we're going to tell you all about why we have a stick horse and a stick bull with us, because, and don't feel left out, because you and Nikki and John are also going to partake in the fun a little bit later in the program. Not going to let out the details exactly yet. But first, let's talk about what it's like to be Miss Rodeo Montana. What do you guys do all year long?
I'm actually going to be traveling about 50,000 miles this year. So my busy season actually starts tomorrow, and I'm going to be busy all summer. I'm home a week in July, so I'm going to get to see my fair share of the country and Montana as well.
There you go.
We're just starting to get into the real busy rodeo season. Will a lot of what you're going to be traveling to is rodeos, or are there other things outside of that you'll be visiting as well?
Mostly rodeos, but I help out with other things too, such as the Special Olympics. And since I work at the Billings Clinic on the cancer floor, I help out with Relay for Life and different organizations like that as well.
Of course, promoting the sport of rodeo is a lot of what you do each summer, but also it's kind of promoting the Western legacy too, isn't it?
That's right. I mean, that's what Montana is based on, and so just to keep that going for our future generation is what we're trying to do.
And also, there's a lot involved in, I know, in the whole pageant to be able to be named Miss Rodeo Montana.
Yes.
We only got a few seconds left, but maybe you could just talk about some of the things that are involved with getting this honor.
We actually have a week-long pageant, and encompasses horsemanship, speeches, personal interviews, horsemanship interviews, a written test on your rodeo knowledge, horsemanship knowledge, current events. I mean, you have to be really well-rounded and really know what you're talking about.
Well, you do know what you're talking about. You come from a ranching family yourself. Now, let's kind of tease the audience out there, because part of what you do every summer at all these rodeos that you attend, for the kiddos, you have a stick horse competition, and just for us on Montana this morning, we're going to have our own stick horse and stick bull competition coming up in a segment.
That's right. I mean, before every rodeo, we usually have a kiddie rodeo that we put on where they get to run barrels and rope, and it's usually a lot of fun. You either have 100 kids or just a couple, but they seem to enjoy it everywhere we go, so I like to do that part.
I can't wait to see Ed McIntosh and Nikki Lorenzo and John Arneson run the barrels and try their hand at roping.
Giddy up.
Giddy up! In the meantime, though, how's that weather? You guys were busy in the Weather Center last night.
Absolutely. We'll have a rundown of where the effects are still being felt, and we'll take a look at see what's up next. That might be dinner later. We'll be back with a forecast in 60 seconds.